Hello everyone, it's Katrina and Tim this time. We're together for this one. This update probably won't be that way every update, but at least it's this update. Right, dear?
Yeah, we're going to see how this goes as we develop this concept.
Yep, so we're doing as promised, trying to give daily updates the best we can, semi-daily. We'll try to do it every day. We might miss a day or two here and there, and we'll see how this goes. If we keep getting feedback, which you guys hint, if you want to give us emails and make comments and let us know that these things are helping you, then we'll keep it up. If we don't get a whole lot of feedback back, then we'll maybe assume that this is not all that helpful and we'll use our time in another way that might be more helpful.
Well, at least we have a title or a concept of the thing I said yesterday and the last update from the hospital, that people are always asking me what the narrow path is and how do you know if you're on the narrow path. So we thought we really liked the idea somewhere along the lines of walking the narrow path or finding the narrow path as kind of the concept to this. And I like the finding one, Katrina likes the walking one. But what Yeshua said, many are on the wide path and difficult is the narrow path and few find it. And so it's almost like the challenge is even finding it and directing people how to find it every day, and every single day there's opportunities to walk the narrow path or walk the wide path in one way, in one sense of that. I don't think that's the full sense of what he was teaching. Supporting content, I do have teaching, of course, on the 4 warnings at the end of the Sermon on the Mount. And one of those is the narrow path versus the wide path, and I explain what that really is talking about. Basically, it's like taking the path of religion for your spirituality instead of taking it upon your own. But I think in every day we can veer off the path and take the easy way.
Yep, so we're going to try that and see if you want to give us comments on which you like better, finding the narrow path or walking the narrow path. Anyway.
No guarantee we'll use them, though.
Yeah, no guarantee.
Something better might come along.
Yeah, if you have a better idea, then we'll do a better idea. So what have we been up to today? Well, today's been a transitional day. It's been a really positive day. We have been blessed like you cannot believe today. The chief of staff really loved us and saw our situation and found some friends that had a company working with tools for people that have special needs. And they came by the house and gave us a wheelchair for free. A beautiful wheelchair for free. It's gorgeous.
It's new. It's a brand new one. It's worth over 500 euros, he told me. And it does everything. I don't have any experience with wheelchairs, but I could tell this is a good one. Everything's adjustable.
And comfortable.
Of course, it folds into compact size to put in a car.
So we're really grateful for that. That's a big help. We went to the doctor with Zachary today, to his general practitioner, and got him a checkup. They took some blood samples just to make sure everything's going good. And he got to see his friends. So he goes to a center he did before he got sick, every day, 5 days a week. And
it's okay, we're just cooking some food while we do this. There's no guarantee we're going to interrupt our life to get these done sometimes.
Yep, you're gonna be with us in the middle of life happening. We have to keep on going and keeping things going, but you can be a part of that.
It reminds me of Sarah from the fellowship. She comes in our Sunday fellowship because she's a supporter. And the first time she was there, she had the camera on. She's going into the kitchen. She's cleaning up and putting things away and doing stuff. And
it was her only day off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was glad that she was still there and she made it work.
Yeah, made it work. I'd rather have her there than not. So it worked out great.
That's what I'm doing. She inspired me.
So we're going to live life, and you're going to hear it in the background as we go along. He did well with the doctors and the nurses. Were all sad-faced, for Zachary, and it was a serious thing. They were told by the chief of staff from the hospital how serious it had been. Zachary's still pretty weak, and he's having a hard time walking. You can imagine 3 weeks of not walking on those legs. So he has physical therapy appointments next week. We are transitioning into having Zachary here and taking care of him alone. Our insurance company would not pay for care for him past the hospital.
Yeah.
And so that means that God has given us the strength and support, and this is the best for Zachary and for us, for him to be home, which we're happy about. It's work, for sure, huh?
Yeah. I think we can handle. I think we've shown the last few nights he's he gets to sleep a little harder, but because of the coughing. But
Yep.
but he's sleeping, letting us sleep. Thank God, the last 2 nights now. So I think we can do it.
I think we can do it. So we'll try to keep calmness for him, and at the same time get him to appointments and help him to rehabilitate. Today I wanted to talk about transitions because, for instance, we have kind of an interesting transition that the chief of staff also advocated with our health insurance company to find out what they would cover and not cover and try to fight for us on that since we don't speak German. He let us know that the insurance company, since we only have traveler's insurance, that's all we could get. We did the best we could, that's all we could get, was going to probably try to drop us after this. Basically, we need to transition into a better insurance. And of course, anybody that knows anything about insurance knows that that's, quote unquote, fun. It's not scary. You can hear us talking about it. And many times when things fall away that seem good and you think that things are going away, many times it's only to put something even better in its place. And many times with transitions of whatever's happening, whether you're transitioning into a new job, new house, or you have a new person in your life, or someone leaves your life. Many times we look at these things, or something gets broken. Like today you had your mug get broken, and it was the perfect mug.
Yeah, I love this mug. And I didn't get upset this time. It just slipped out of my hands in the sink and fell on its handle and crushed the handle. So I can still use it. But the growth, I used to just curse like a sailor, like I've said before. I just let these things happen now. I know I'm out of control and I'm not supposed to be out of control, and it's okay. And it's the same thing with this announcement that he said that our insurance may drop us. I was surprised to hear that was something that could happen, but I had no fear because I've dealt with these things. I know God provides all my needs, and it's like Katrina says, one of the ways we cope with that is say, well, if they do drop us, then God will give us something better because God provides all our needs, and that's one of the ways he does it. It makes it look bad at first, right?
Many times God allows it to look very, 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 very bad before when he's transitioning you into something of a bigger blessing, and he had to get out the old thing and clear all that stuff out and see how you would trust him within those transitions to be able to handle the better thing. Transitions are really, really important. They're the times when you can be tested the most. And if you can hold your peace, learn how to breathe, and decide, it's so easy and natural to say, oh, this is so terrible, my favorite mug is broken, or oh, this is so terrible, we might get dropped from insurance, or this is so terrible that we might have to move. That's a natural response, and that's the way the world looks at things. But we have the opportunity to, at this time, show how big our God is, and to be able to believe on how big our God is, and decide that these transition times are actually for our good instead of not for our good, because based on our faith, you already have faith on things being bad. What you go through is not going to change necessarily, but how you go through it will change based on your attitude. So I always like to, during transitions, if something is really bad, I've trained myself to say, yes, this is awesome. That means that something even better is coming in its place because God is providing something even better.
And that's a decision that you make, by the way. You have no evidence of that. You're just choosing to, instead of being upset and angry, out of control, where are you, God? How can you do this to me? Don't you I need insurance. You're choosing to say, this is normal, and God's going to take care of my needs, and I'm going to believe for better. It's just a choice, right?
It's just a choice. You're making a choice, and it's based on faith as well when you say things are going to be bad during transitions. It's still a faith, but it's a faith in what? You either believe that you're cursed and that God isn't really with you and act that way in transitions, or you decide, I'm blessed. Christ made sure I was blessed. God made sure I'm under blessing. And even if I'm not perfect and I have troubles and problems, it does not mean I'm under curse. It means that I'm having a human experience. And I can choose to believe that I am blessed all the time. Yeah, you might have to go through hard things. God may not keep you from going through hard things, but he will never leave you, and he will always give you comfort in the middle of it. So in the end, you learn what you need to learn in characteristics that will last for eternity. He knows exactly what you need. So it's always going to be for your good. It's just how you choose to perceive your life and your experiences.
And when you choose to perceive these things in a faithful, hopeful, positive way, then you get this extra bonus like we got with this wheelchair today, that people notice. They just form a favorable opinion. Whatever that opinion is, it's just going to be favorable. They say they're impressed that you're handling things with dignity and grace. That makes people want to root for you and help you and send you a wheelchair that you didn't even ask for to help you. So that's just one of the indirect benefits, as well as God being pleased with it and blessing you. But people like to see that type of different response to transitions and the general sense that I'm out of control and I don't like it, but I'm going to believe it's going to be okay and it's going to actually be even better.
It's called letting your light shine, that they might be able to praise God in the end. They should be able to praise God and glorify God because of the way that you handle things, which should be different. So it's practice, practice, practice. I'll tell you, we don't get it right every time.
No, I went through months of still cursing at things that were out of my control, breaking or whatever, and then slowly with time I said, okay, next time, I didn't beat myself up. I'm saying next time I'm going to do better. Why did I get upset? Of course things slip out of your hand sometimes, and you can get a new one. So why do we have this instant reaction like, oh, when it's replaceable?
By the way, my husband just dumped the pasta straight into the sink by accident, and kept on going, and is living by example. It's like, okay, it happens, rinse it off.
Yeah, I noticed that too, and I'm like, wow, right live on the broadcast here.
Having a human experience.
We're doing two things at once, and I messed up, and I was just like, okay, this is fixable.
You can choose. You can choose, and it's about practice. And if you get it wrong, just gently notice that and say, I'm going to choose to do better. God, help me to do better next time. Learn how to go slower during those times when you usually get angry.
Yeah, you got to forgive yourself.
And decide to say, one of my favorite sayings is, good. Something even better is coming for this happening. Something even better. It's a choice that you make, and it glorifies God to do so, and it raises your own faith and helps you to have a better experience even in bad experiences. So I hope this has helped you during the day, and we'll try to get something for you tomorrow. And we love you all and really love everything you've done for us. We had a supporter, Sue, send us a little possum puppet for Zachary, and it's really cute and love it. And we thank you for all your little gifts, prayer and support in all the different ways you do. We really enjoy it. It brings us a lot of joy to share this journey with you. So thank you for, your family in the spirit, we're one body. We try to help one another. So we just genuinely thank all of you, and we'll try to give you an update tomorrow. We love you all.
Goodbye.